Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are and whenever you may watch this replay. My name is Sherry and I am with Ratchet Up Your Art. And sorry, one second. Just trying to get all the things working. Um and today we're going to talk about limited color palettes. And there's a few other things that we'll talk about as well, but if you like this video, please make sure you hit a thumbs up or subscribe or comment below because it really helps with the algorithm. And that's the easiest way to support any YouTuber. Um, I personally don't find myself as a YouTuber, but more of a mentor, a teacher, um, to help you with your art. But being on YouTube, that really helps anybody that you watch. So, like, subscribe, and comment below, or do one of the things. And with that, let's talk about limited color palettes. So, have you ever looked at your collages and we're kind of like, where am I going to start? And just very you're feeling a certain energy. Well, instead of just throwing all the colors onto your collage, pick a few colors that maybe go with your energy and that resonate with you. And I have some examples that we'll talk about. But before we go there, I just want to remind everybody I am launching my art. We will be uh, doing a priority list. So if you want to get onto my priority list for when that launches on May 19th, definitely go to the link below in the description and get on my priority list. And I'll do another sneak peek for you before we talk about limited color palettes. Um, so I just want to introduce you to another bird. Cardinals, we talked about cardinals are very resilient. Today I'm really feeling like I need that resilience, right? Um, there's just a lot coming at me at work, and as you can see, I'm fixing to go into the office, and I often try to find my inner peace when I am working from home and looking at the cardinals outside my window. I really, besides doing my um lives every morning at 4:30 to find time for myself and create art. I also look out the window, when I'm having really rough days. Sorry, my phone is buzzing. I don't know what's going on there. Okay. It's just a weird thing's happening. Sorry. And um and I really like watching them, how they twitch their heads, how they interact with other birds. I mean, cardinals cardinals also fight with themselves. They also fight their reflection because they're very territorial. And sometimes that's how I feel, when I'm struggling with something. Am I fighting with myself, trying to make a decision? So that's why I really enjoy watching the cardinals that are outside my window. So just wanted to share that. And here is one of my other cardinal birds that will be for sale. May 19th is when everybody can jump on my priority list and you get first dibs, and you'll have a gallery night with me asking me all the questions about my artwork. So, um, definitely meet the artist night. Good morning, Christina. Yes, yesterday after the live I did go back to sleep. So, um, and it did help, but today is just like doing all the things. So it's really rough again today. But we'll get better at it, right? So I'm just fighting my inner peace there. But anyway, those are the birds, and definitely check them out. Now let's talk about limited color palette. So you see this one again. This one keeps coming up because these are all the mistakes that I felt like I had made um with this collage. There's just a lot of color here, right? There's no cohesion with the colors. It's just all over the map. Everything's just about the same size. It's just not resonating with me. It might resonate with somebody else, but this is not resonating with me. And so this I'm glad that this mistake happened because we have used it in many different examples. And having a limited color palette like this guy here, I mean, if you really think about it, the only thing that I've added to this color palette was the white and the blue paint strips onto this background that is very limited in color as well. And so it brings a more cohesion to the palette compared to this, right? And um, so some things to think about when you're doing a limited color palette, choose one color that's like your main focus that is that resonates with you, and then maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 at the most, colors that, support that main color, and that might help you with your palette. So here, these colors are all in almost in the same color family, right? Because 'Cause they're all blues, and you got, like, this blue gray and this purple. Very limited here on the color palette. Very, I don't want to call it monochromatic, but very close to monochromatic, right? Because if you watched the jelly printing that I did over the weekend, we had the blue and the white here, but then you add some other darker, like a shade here with the blue to create the darker blue. I mean the gray blue, if you will, and then the tint for the white to blue to make the different colors. Well, this is a very limited color palette, right? It's all blue, mostly monochromatic. This one has 2 to 3 colors. So it will help you with your artwork when you do the limiting color palette, but also it can help with being overwhelmed. I mean, I look at this and I'm like overwhelmed. Maybe that's what I was feeling at that time, was very overwhelmed and I could not focus. And as whereas this to me tends to be more calming, um, with the colors, right? And what I created. So, just some things to think about here. We definitely have these particular limited color palette that we played with yesterday. This one is practically done. I just need to glue it down. But you have your dark blues, your light blues, and then you got like this blue and orange. And what makes this work as well is that blue and orange are complementary colors, but it all comes together, right? It's cohesive. So let's go ahead and just glue this one down real quick. I'm glad that you were able to join today, Christina. I hope things are going well for you. And Raleigh girl, if you are watching and just lurking in the shadows, good morning to you as well. So anyway, I do appreciate both of you showing up every morning. All right, so we're just going to glue this down, and we'll be done with this particular collage here. This, as soon as I hold it down, it's just not doing its thing. Good. I'm glad, Christine, that you've been sleeping better. I definitely, after my live yesterday, I was really tired, and work was no better, but I was really tired. Um, and went back to bed after my live. Today, I cannot do that. I have to go drive into traffic and do all the fun things at work that I am. Today's going to be a rough day. I'm preparing for a rough day. Yeah. So I will be looking forward to my 4:30 in the morning kind of situation tomorrow. I will be tired. I'll tell you that. Whenever I work in the office, get up early because I get up to get ready for work and then I do the live. Um, Driving into all that traffic just drains you. And I don't think anybody realizes that until they have to do it. Like, I'm one of those people that did not go back in the office unless I need to. Um, I'm not required, let me rephrase. Um, I don't mind going in, but I definitely do like working from home and not having to see people every day, but you just don't realize um the mental drain it took on you before COVID. So it's definitely interesting. It's almost debilitating sometimes, I think. When you don't go in the office every day and you're having to do like I am. I don't want to call myself hybrid, but because I'm not having to be in there twice a week or anything, but I go in when the job calls for me to go in. So that's what I'm doing. And I find that I'm a lot more tired. So all right, so this one is all glued down from yesterday. This one here doesn't have much of a limited color palette, but we are creating that limited color palette by using these orange items here. Oh, well, you would think I would learn my lesson, but sometimes it takes 60 some days to figure that out. At least you're trying. That's all I could say. Okay. So I haven't really decided on what it is I'm going to create here. I'm just gonna go with instinct and what seems to be good. What resonates with me in the moment. I try to be in the moment since that's the only thing I seem to be able to I don't want to say control right now, but the only thing I can seem to resonate with me is just be in the moment. I kind of like these, but I think we're going to chop them off. Now, I can tell you this, I do not I this here, it's hold on one second. Sorry, getting distracted. This is not what I want. Come back up. It's that little curve. Let's see, is that better? If I cut it any more, I'm gonna have to start over. Okay, that's good enough for me. Okay. This here, these lines right here at the top, right? So you have this line that goes down and these two that come in from the side are definitely opposite than these organic blobs or hills or scallops, whatever you want to call them here. So it's kind of like two things are going on at the same time. So maybe we can see what another shape kind of like that. Okay, see what another shape looks like to kind of interrupt that pattern a little bit, but I'm staying with the orange to try to bring back a little bit more cohesion to this palette of colors here. I don't want to introduce another color necessarily, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Um, hmm. What does this look like if we go up? Well, kind of, how about like that? And then maybe more like that. It makes no sense to me, but I like it like that. But what if we turned it? Maybe that's the answer. Okay, that's what we're doing. Also, talking about limited color palette here, you know, when you have a bunch of colors, um, it can be overstimulating, if you will. And so, fewer color choices could mean less color fatigue, if that makes sense. Like, if we go back to that one example that I'm not fond of, and now granted this blends in just a little bit because of the colors, but we're going to go with it. Um and can I fewer color choices, I'm go back real quick. May seem a little easier to do, right? Less decision fatigue, I guess is what I was trying to say. Um just not trying to create art and talk is a little hard. It's like walking and chewing gum. I'm joking. But anyway, it definitely provides a more unity and balance. So I have like a lot of yellow right here. I mean, not yellow. Oh, orange, and then a lot of orange here. I am kind of losing this blue just a little bit. I'm not sure I like that. So let me see if I can pull this off without tearing anything. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like that blue still. So maybe this is not the answer that I am looking for. Yeah, I didn't like it after I put it on there. So nope. It's just gonna sit there. It's just gonna dry. I think we're just about done. I'm still looking to see if there's anything else I want to add in here. I would like to see some of this pink over here, but I don't think I have anything pink. I'm just gonna go. Oh wait, I do. I do. I'm just gonna go diving into the pinks. What does that look like? Or do I want this other pink? I wish I had like a pink shape. Oh wait, what's this? I feel like Jack Skellington. What's this? Oh, I like that pink too. What if we... Yeah, I definitely want that pink over here. So maybe... Oh, come on. I do like pink and orange together with blue, like a turquoise. I think those are cool looking colors. I like that color combination. We got kind of stair step here. Not really what I was going for. Let's vary it up. No, that's okay. Now, Sherry, you're just being picky. Oh, this is a picky day. I'm in my head too much. That's what's happening. I was in my head before I even came on this live. I don't know about y'all, but are you all in your head a lot? Because I seem to be in my head when I'm worried about things, and that's what's going on with me today. Is just worrying about things and how to make sure I do what I'm supposed to do and all those things. Nope, that's it. We're done. This piece says we're done, even though I feel like it's not done, but it says it's done today. So we're just gonna put that to the side. All right. I was not prepared to be done. Let's take a let's take a moment and look at this and see if we can add some shading while we have a little bit more time. I'm gonna add some shading underneath here to ground these shapes onto this little iceberg or land or whatever this is. I want to I want that to kind of blend a little bit. So, I've been meaning to work on these pieces, and I just for shading and that kind of thing, but I just haven't been able to do so. So we'll just take a few minutes to get started here. I like the fact it was a little bit more blue here. So I'm just gonna wipe a little bit off. So it's not so dark. Sorry, my napkin's in the way. Let's see. Is that what I want? Yeah, a little bit. We'll see. Pull that down just a little bit. It's a little bit better. And I'd like giving it some ground. Give it a little bit. Let's see if we can go in with some white. Oh, there we go. Here goes the white. I like the white on there. Give it a little bit of. Sometimes it's hard to get this white Stabilo pencil to show up. And when I add the water to it, it's not gonna show up as much. It will blend in more. But maybe we can add it. Give it more of a gray like color. Yeah, the white's doing a good job today for some reason. Some days it's a hit or miss with this white. Got a moon here. Give it some shadow. I mean, some highlight for the moon on the clouds. This one does not take that much shading, if you will. So, um, want to do a little bit here to kind of represent that's kind of this one is kind of leaning a little bit on it. Oh, it's too dark, but we'll get that fixed. I kind of like the whiteness of it. And then this this is in front of that, so you're going to have a little bit of shadow on this side. And then this is in front of that as well, so you'll have a little shadow there as well. Just kind of like outlining it just a little bit. Okay. Just want to give it a little hint. Except for I wiped off the hint over here. I don't even think I'll take back any water to that. I think I'll just leave it like let the edge of that shape just create the shadow. And then this one here. Almost the same kind of situation, just looking the edge of the shape. Give you that hint of shadow. Okay. So we'll just keep playing with these and I will bring them back out and try them whenever we have some more time again. So with that, oh, nothing like putting your pencil and glue. With that, one second here, just making sure I don't have any questions. Okay, from the comments. Okay. So, when you just select a few colors for your collages or whatever whatever artwork you're creating, that will bring more of a sense of calm, not only to yourself, but to your art, and it will make it more cohesive. Having a lot of colors could, unless you're feeling that chaotic feeling, it could bring chaoticness to your art. So just start with a few colors. Pick one main focal point, one main color point, for lack of a better word there, and then pick, you know, three at the most other colors that would support that color. I usually do one with two supporting colors, because I kind of like two of them to go together, and then I like to add a pop of color, like out of left field that you weren't expecting, um, to bring a little bit of harmony to my art. Um, yeah, I think that's pretty much how I like to create with a limited color palette. Is like two complementary colors, not orange and blue or anything, but like colors that complement each other, like red and maybe purple, and then add like another color out of left field that could be a complementary color, like yellow, or could, because that's complementary to purple or something like that. That's how I usually would start my color combinations when I create my jelly collages, if you will. Anyway, so that's the limited color palette story that we had today, lesson that we had today. Don't forget, if you want first dibs on my art or know about or be one of the first that can go and look at the art and have a gallery night with me, go ahead and get on my priority list. The link's below in the description. And if you like cardinals, I'm not kidding when I say they just bring a sense of calm, to me. I just like watching them. It really helps me get out of my head and really look at their free spirit and the freedom that, one day that we all will have, right? So, any case, with that, I hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching Ratchet Up Your Art, and I will see you tomorrow.